Let's get that to. All right. And again, you all, can you keep yourselves muted as we go through this wonderful presentation so that the people that need to hear it, our guests, will hear it. It's been a great day. It was a great weekend. Coach's call was great on Saturdays. If you all have missed that, please tune in and support Coach. He does a great job. It was another great call. And then we had training with Tua on, what was that, Sunday night? No, that wasn't Sunday night. That was Friday night. Nope, it was Saturday night. Saturday night with Tua, and that was outstanding. And then we had the Diamond Club training last night. I do believe, if I say so myself, that was good. And then tonight we have a presentation for all of our wonderful guests. I'm excited to be your host. My name is John Williams. For those of you who may not know me, I am not new to this space, been in the networking or direct sales space now for about 34 years, I do believe. Math could be off a little bit one way or the other. I've been in the financial industry about 31 years and been in the crypto space for the last 9 years, 100%. I don't feel there's anything better on the planet in the world of finance, wealth building, college planning, whatever you want to do in the world of finance. There's no way to get it done faster or better or with more freedom and more security than this space right here, the crypto space, the DeFi space, decentralized finance. This is all that we have here. And tonight, I'm going to talk to you all about a company that I've been with now since May, so brand new to me. But they're not brand new to the space. They've been putting this platform together since 2018. And if you're a guest on the line, if you are a guest on the line, I'll ask that you sit back and relax. Get your pad and pencil out, take some notes, because it's going to be a lot of information, right? I'm going to try to condense it as much as possible, but it's a lot. So we're going to try to focus on the main things, and we can get the other stuff, at another time. So with that being said, I'd like to start off with a little motivational stuff for me. Pray that it'll be motivational for you. And it just kind of, I like to get my juices flowing. And I love this little song right here. It's only a few minutes. Indulge me.
It doesn't matter where you are in life. If you don't feel blessed, you won't be blessed. You gotta know your worth.
Come on.
Before you can be worth anything. All the days when not a thing went right.
That's right.
All the pain, all the sleepless nights. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'm a warrior. I'm blessed because I can't fight. When failure try to take my mind, I wouldn't let failure take my life. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'll never give up. I'm blessed because I can't fight. Broken in pain, lonely, battered and bruised, always the same day. Nothing new or unusual, seems like nothing changed. It's always the same rules. No matter how bad it gets, I refuse to lose. No matter how bad it gets, I'll keep on moving. No matter how bad it gets, I can still choose to keep fighting up, to keep trying up, to keep grinding up, keep rising up. I just got to that point where enough was enough. I can't keep complaining, sitting and waiting for luck. I have to stop asking why me and start looking inside. Push through the pain and tell my story on the other side. Had to renew my mind and start fighting. I won't lie, it was frightening, but I survived. That choice got me to where I am today. If you think things always went my way, listen close to what I gotta say. All the days when not a thing went right. All the pain, all the sleepless nights. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'm a warrior. I'm blessed because I can't fight when life try to take my mind. I won't let anything take my mind. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'll never give up. I'm blessed because I got. They never got to see all the sleepless nights, all the sacrifices, the choice between heat and eating or having lights, all the knockdowns, knockbacks, and failed tries. They don't see the wounds and scars because they're internalized. They think I'm blessed and think that everything went right. They just see the end results and think I'm alright because I always smile, but they ain't seen the grind. I work so hard that overtime is just normal time. When you lose it all and then still lose again, it builds a different kind of fight inside. It builds a different kind of drive, different kind of fight, different kind of fire, different kind of desire, a different kind of light. But I'm blessed because I've got fight. wasn't handing nothing. The callus on my hand shows you I ain't bluffing. I'm like the time, you can't stop me for nothing. It's a marathon and I just keep on running. All the days when not a thing went right. All the pain, all the sleepless nights. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'm a warrior. I'm blessed because I got fight when life try to take my mind. I'll let anything take my mind. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'll never give up. I'm blessed because I got fight.
That's my blessing. Not that I was handed my dreams, but that I had enough fight in me, that I had enough belief in me to go after my dream, that I had the courage to keep going, to push through the pain, to rise through the darkness, and to tell my story on the other side. My story. My blessed story.
All the days when not a thing went right. All the pain, all the sleepless nights. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'm a warrior. I'm blessed because I can't fight when life try to take my mind. I'll let anything take my mind. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'll never give up. I'm blessed because I can't fight.
Not because it all went right. No, we are blessed because we have fight. He just wants us to fight the good fight. Some of us forget that. Some of us forget that from time to time. And it's all right. It's all right if you forget it. Don't make a habit of being forgetful. Gotta have fight. I want to say to our guests tonight that we're going to present this wonderful opportunity in two parts. First part is going to be what I would call the passive side of our opportunity. It's for somebody who just wants to get involved with us. They want to partner with us just to make some additional money, right? Whether it's some additional income that you're trying to bring into the household, whether you're trying to get freedom, from a job, from bills, whatever. If you want to create wealth or generational wealth, we have that too, and that's going to be in part two. But part one is going to be focused on income and freedom from bills. I call that the passive side. People who just want to put some money in something, don't know what to put the money in, but have it, and just want to reap the rewards from doing that, right? And there's a lot to say to that. But part two is going to be for the person like me and like some of the others who might have invited you here tonight. We want the wealth and the generational wealth. And you're welcome, if you are a passive person, to stay for part two. And but with that being said, I want to introduce you to one of our founders. I love playing this little video. It's only about 4 minutes long, but it introduces you to one of our founders, Mr. Irwin Doctor, and one of our business partners, one of our biggest investors, the royal family over there in Dubai. And so I'm proud of that. I went to Dubai last month, in the month of August, and got a chance to meet some of these people, and it was fantastic, right? The whole weekend. And we're going back. A lot of us are going back. More of us are going back in December to do it all over again, but now meet some of our other partners. So sit back. If you've ever thought about having more, doing more, being more, investing or getting involved with something and have less worries or no worries, you're in the right place. Let's go ahead and meet some of these partners. So that's good.
New opportunities given for us. The internet provides new business opportunities and makes existing processes easier for everyone. Just as then, we are once again standing on the forefront of historical changes that will have a lasting impact on all of us. Terms such as blockchain and tokenization are everywhere. Everyone is becoming aware that these emerging technologies will revolutionize our global economy and affect our daily lives. However, the door to this technological universe has not yet been opened for most.
So we had in 2018 a very intense talk with one of my best friends, and we were talking about new ideas, new projects, and he told me that he had a vision. And it was to create a decentralized exchange in a way that nobody did before. ZENIQ is special because we are trying to make blockchain accessible and easy for everybody. We're not focusing on the people who are already in the world, this 3%. We're focusing on 97% of the world who are not already in this, who have like these little challenges. We are now in the stage where people in the past were saying, oh, internet is something very complicated, it's for the young generation. No, now we are in the same stage. We are opening the doors now for all the people to say, okay, we want to be part of it, and we have now the tool, the portal, to enter in this world.
ZENIQ is one of the first fintech companies in the world whose sole mission is to provide access to this world, making it as easy as booking a hotel. The world needs improvement. ZENIQ makes it possible. Using intelligent solutions, ZENIQ provides its customers with an unprecedented ecological system, robust safety standards, and a unique digital system for transactions integrates elegantly into the current financial system. Blockchain technology allows tokenization projects fast, transparent, and cost-efficient funding of assets such as real estate, solar or wind energy plants, art, and much more.
So tokenization is digital assets. So we are able to tokenize projects, real estate, companies, art. And I think the future will change. In the World Economy Forum, for example, they said that until 2027, this market will be 24 trillion US dollars. And I think that this is still a very low estimation because there are so many possibilities that we didn't take now in consideration because we don't know what will happen now in the next few years. And I think that this is the first time where, for example, the stock market, where it was like very special thing for the big players in the market, now tokenization is for everybody. And this is a big game changer.
Huge game changer.
We want to be the key as a door opener for the blockchain world. And this door is for us a portal, and the portal is our ZENIQ Hub. And with the ZENIQ Hub, you have the opportunity for three different things. So on the first part, you have the security. And we have a three-factor authentication. So top security for all your digital assets. Second, it's the decentralized exchange, not just on one blockchain. You can trade all different coins, all different blockchains, decentralized, and you're the holder and owner of the private key. So you are the owner. So all in one, this is unique.
Just as in the past, we now find ourselves in between a historical change that provides unimaginable opportunities for the world. ZENIQ is handing you the keys to this universe. Claim your piece of the future.
Claim your piece of the future. Wow. I love playing it. I love hearing it. And prayerfully, you do too. It's nothing like being educated, getting information. It helps you go to the next level in your thinking. I like showing that for another reason, because it lets you see who exactly you are about to do business with. The team is nothing like putting a face to the owners and co-owners and founders, right? It's a big thing for me. That's why I went to Dubai, and to meet, shake hands, and hear things and learn firsthand. And I think it's a big thing for most people, right? So that's why I like to play this. Now, this here is the technological side. Now, for some people, it might be a little boring. I like watching it personally because I learn something new every time I watch it. I'm not going to play very much of it tonight. I'm on a strict pitch count, as they say in baseball. But I'm going to play enough, about 15 minutes, to help you understand the technology side. And for me, they explain it better than I ever could, probably. So sit back and relax and understand what our products and services are.
And find your crypto assets safely stored.
Yeah, let's go back to again. Here we go.
Welcome to the presentation of ZENIQ Technologies. We're glad you're taking the time today to learn more about the opportunities and freedoms that the blockchain and crypto world offers us. We all want to live a fulfilled and beautiful life, have no financial worries, and live freely and self-determined, right? In order to enjoy a fulfilling and happy life, we have certain basic needs that we want to fulfill. We want to be mentally free and healthy, to be recognized in our professional and personal lives, and to be financially free. We want to live these basic needs by having to work less and thus having more time to spend with the people we love. Eat the healthiest food, buying a new car, living nicer, or buying our own house. Afford the highest quality education for our children. Simply enjoy a self-determined and truly free life without fears and anxieties. For this very reason, it makes sense to listen quite carefully for the next few minutes. Because if you found your way to this presentation today, it will most certainly be for a reason. Possibly a search for something new, something different, or even quite specifically, a search for a way to improve your own life. The world is undergoing incredibly rapid change. Anyone who goes through life with their eyes open can already see this more than clearly. Projects around digitalization, blockchain technology, and also tokenization are not only continuously increasing, but are taking a bigger and bigger place and opening up completely new opportunities. Many professions will therefore no longer exist in a few years. Others will emerge. A new era begins. The old one goes slowly but steadily. Such temporal transitions have always represented the time of greatest opportunity. However, in order to profit from them in the best possible way, at least two factors are needed. 1, information, and 2, the decision to use it. For those people who are open to accept information, listen carefully, and also have the will to take action when available facts make sense, we have founded ZENIQ. So congratulations already. You are now getting information. What you will do with it is, of course, up to you. To be truly financially free, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I just look where the people are who are already where you would like to be. The greats of this world are showing us the way. If we were to ask an Elon Musk, Richard Branson, or John McAfee right now, these great minds would probably say, deal with revolutions of digital technologies, such as blockchain technology, crypto coins, and tokenization of real assets. These technologies will usher in a new digital age that everyone is currently looking to profit from. Elon Musk, you know him. He is the founder of PayPal and Tesla. He says crypto coins are a much better way to transfer value than a piece of paper. That much is clear. Richard Branson, a multi-billionaire, one of the most successful entrepreneurs on this earth, says, blockchain, I believe in its potential, the ability to transform global payments. John McAfee, founder of McAfee Associates and recently deceased, said, you can't stop things like Bitcoin. It will be everywhere, and the world will have to readjust. The governments of the world have to readjust. All of these greats of the world were talking about it before most people knew what a Bitcoin or the blockchain even was. Those who were willing to listen and act back then are usually doing quite well today, at least financially. The blockchain and everything related to it will change all our lives, just like the internet did back then. Today, it is hard to imagine our lives without the smartphone, with all its useful apps. The internet has revolutionized all our lives, and blockchain technology will do the same. However, possibly even more massive than the internet has been able to do to date. Bitcoin was the first crypto coin based on blockchain. It was the answer in 2008 to one of the worst financial crises we have had to date. In 2008, the Lehman Brothers crash triggered the first European financial crisis, which is still going on today, and will continue to get worse. From then on, people wanted only one thing: to be detached from the corruption and manipulation of the financial markets. Thus, the first anonymous and digital currency was born: Bitcoin. In the beginning, Bitcoin didn't mean anything to anyone, and yet this revolution magically attracted many people. When Bitcoin started at 10 cents, it made an incredible development and was even at a price of $60,000 in April 2021. That's a performance of over 60 million% in 13 years. I've never seen anything in my entire life that has even come close to that return. Do you know of anything comparable? However, many crypto coins have a big problem. They are built on hope and faith and not backed by real values. So for many, to put it very simply, there is not much in the background. There is little to nothing behind it. This leads, therefore, also with numerous crypto coins continuously, to massive price fluctuations. Once it goes up, then down again. And with some, it only goes down. Why? Because many of these coins are pure speculative objects, which offer few or even no real projects and applications that would give them a real intrinsic value. How is sustainable value and price development supposed to come about in this way? Therefore, sometimes it is enough for a celebrity to comment on some crypto topic in the media, and so the ups and downs in the crypto exchanges start again. So, great opportunities, but sadly also high risk. Where great returns can be achieved, there is of course also the counterpart to it, the risk. Both belong directly together, like yin and yang. Therefore, it is best never to act out of greed or blindly out of an emotion. In the long run, you will definitely burn your fingers. In order to massively increase the probability of being on the winning side, our blockchain and crypto coin experts have defined 3 success criteria that every coin must bring along nowadays in order to be sustainably successful in the long term. First, the topic of technology, which means we need a functioning and scalable technology. It takes much more than simply creating a coin or so-called token, because there are demonstrably thousands of them. It needs a functioning blockchain technology that can be connected to many systems, so that the prerequisite for mass suitability is also given. The second point is an infrastructure that enables people to use their coin as a real medium of exchange, spend it on products and services, and cover their everyday expenses. Without a functioning and well-developed infrastructure, the coin remains only a risky speculative product. Through our real projects and close cooperation with renowned banks, we have already created an infrastructure that is unparalleled in the market. The third criterion is decentralization. Not only should projects such as exchanges be decentralized, but most importantly, the underlying blockchain technology should be decentralized as well. Without a completely decentralized blockchain, a coin is again only built on a system that a few determine and control. Thus, there can be no talk of freedom or self-determination at all if, once again, only a few hold the strings in their hands, just as in the conventional monetary system. It is precisely these 3 criteria for success that most cryptos fail. They never get to the point where they have built a stable and secure infrastructure for their crypto coin to develop real intrinsic value through docked projects and application opportunities. And that is probably the crucial thing about what we will now witness together. We are not talking about a vision here that hopefully someday, somehow, and someone will make a reality. No, what we are about to see is already far beyond a vision. Many things have already been successfully implemented and activated. Others are still to come. So the question here is not if, but merely when the next thing will come. ZENIQ is based on real projects that add value to society by solving real problems instead of castles in the air. So we are not talking about a so-called ICO for some vision that has nothing more than a so-called white paper, i.e. merely a declaration of intent, to collect money from the market in order to hopefully launch something real. No, many real products and services are already available, working and bringing massive benefits and possibilities to an ever-growing community. And that's before we've even really tapped into the market. We are now ready to take the next steps, if you want, together with you, according to your personal decision. Real solutions through ZENIQ technologies. Before we focus on the infrastructure and the real projects behind it, let's take a brief look at what we're talking about in concrete terms. Whereby, and this must be said right away, What we are about to see can only be shown in a brief overview. There are so many implications here, not only in the crypto world, but also in the very real world, that only a summary can be shown here due to time constraints. Simple, straightforward, and secure. Access to the crypto world. At ZENIQ, we believe that everyone deserves to participate in the world-changing crypto market, no matter their level of technical expertise. As more people are given access to this market, mass adoption and the opportunities it brings will come closer. At present, however, this is hardly the case. Much is still far too complicated for the normal user in this crypto world. That has to change. It will now, with us. Maximum security for your assets. In order to achieve this mass acceptance, it is necessary to ensure the security of one's assets. This aspect is very important to us. Only when your assets are absolutely safe from external attacks will more people want to venture into this new world. Protection from third-party access. Through our unique technology, no third party will be able to access your assets. Unlike most other providers on the crypto market, with our tablet, a special design, we have managed to make it possible for you to be both owner and possessor of your crypto assets and make business transactions on your own responsibility. In other words, you are not merely authorized to dispose of your assets, but actually own and control them. For those who have already dealt with these issues, something absolutely essential. Merging the crypto world and the financial world. However, no coin in the world, as secure as it may be, has a reason to exist if it is not usable. What's the point of owning and generating crypto assets if you can't use them to pay your daily bills? Nothing. In order to merge the crypto world and the existing financial world, we are creating application fields that can and will not only bring joy to our users, but revolutionize the entire crypto world. On top of that, ZENIQ offers an extraordinary opportunity to build sustainable wealth. Through the so-called minting process, coins have to be created after all. They don't just come into being by themselves. Green minting. Unlike extremely power-intensive mining used by Bitcoin and most crypto coins on the market, we use power-saving minting, so you can produce your ZENIQ coins easily and conveniently from the comfort of your own home. The innovative in-house minting process guarantees you new coins every day. You don't need expensive graphic cards or the latest high-end PC to be able to mine coins. Minting works on a different system, where almost no electricity is needed for the coin creation process. Unlike most providers on the market, the ZENIQ platform mints actual coins and not tokens. Tokens require other technologies to be coupled to, whereas coins can stand on their own and thus guarantee complete independence. The ZENIQ Exchange. Our ZENIQ Exchange creates a fully independent and completely decentralized exchange, created for all those who always want to make the best exchange rates and thus favorable transfers. On top of that, compared to many other exchanges, so easy to use that this can be done without great previous knowledge. Technically, not only at the highest possible level, but in its functionality, the first and only technology of its kind. But ZENIQ stands for much more than just being another coin. If you think the crypto market is your chance to build wealth sustainably and for the long term, then the possibilities of tokenization will excite you. Tokenization, the complete digitization of tangible assets, ideas, or projects of any kind, is the trillion-dollar market that will truly completely reshape our future. We want you to be part of this new future with ZENIQ, one of the biggest industries of the next decades, which is just emerging. And all these things we've seen so far are directly related to the ZENIQ coin, because they feed directly into the future performance of the coin. Now you got an overview of our projects, but who actually is ZENIQ? ZENIQ is a so-called fintech company. That is a company that merges technology with the financial world. ZENIQ is a software and hardware developer. Zen and IQ stand for power and knowledge. All the projects and real assets that form the basis of the ZENIQ coin have been precisely planned and developed by ZENIQ Technologies for the long term since 2018. With the help of several renowned cooperation partners from the banking sector, it is possible to develop and bring to market highly innovative services that can and will address a huge target group, such as the planned integration and activation of the so-called virtual IBAN or the ZENIQ debit card, and much more. We'll see and hear more about that in the next few minutes. By meticulously preparing everything and knowing what we are doing, we have been able to establish partnerships and collaborations that reach not only into the banking world, but far beyond. Blockchain is the future. Now that you know who ZENIQ is, you might be wondering how we manage all this. The basis for this is our own blockchain. The blockchain market is huge. Already today, countless companies are applying blockchain technology. You can see some of the big global players here. The blockchain delivers 100% transparency, huge potential savings, and innovative ways to map and link complex processes. The CEO of Binance, one of the largest exchanges in the world, Changpeng Zhao, recently said blockchain will be bigger than the internet. That's why ZENIQ offers its own blockchain, which guarantees you complete independence. Our blockchain. The most important feature of the ZENIQ blockchain is its decentralization. There is no other entity that calls the shots. Thus, as a ZENIQ user, you enjoy the highest level of sovereignty and flexibility. Coins and tokens thus actually belong to you and are completely independent of other systems. At the same time, the ZENIQ blockchain works across systems, which means it can also interact with other blockchains, making transfers between them easier. Technically, the ZENIQ blockchain is state-of-the-art. By comparison, Bitcoin can execute 7 transactions per second, but the ZENIQ blockchain can execute up to 50,000 transactions in the same period. The combination of actual existing devices and the digital world of the ZENIQ ecosystem is what makes ZENIQ so unique. The ZENIQ Hub is not just a tablet, but your private key to access the entire ZENIQ ecosystem. It also represents a hardware wallet from which you can perform all transactions and find your crypto assets safely stored. Each ZENIQ Hub is also a masternode that constantly produces new ZENIQ coins for you through the minting process, thus contributing to your sustainable wealth creation. With just one device, you have everything you need to easily and playfully manage your assets sustainably and furthermore increase them without much technical knowledge. Each ZENIQ Hub consists of 2 main processors. One of them is always connected to the internet, for example, to trade or perform transactions. On the second processor, there are only your own passwords. The second processor never connects to the internet, massively increasing the security of your assets. Even if there were external attacks, your passwords would still be protected. The ZENIQ Hub is regulation-free because it's just hardware. It's like buying a laptop. What the user does with it is up to him. Thus, this is not a financial business, such as crypto trading or coin sale or purchase. The protocol used by the ZENIQ masternodes to communicate with each other is similar to that of Bitcoin. So, the highest security standards apply here, because Bitcoin itself has withstood every hacker attack. And this is despite the fact that Bitcoin has probably been one of the biggest targets for hackers ever to date. Making it
The biggest target for hackers to date, Bitcoin. And it has survived and thrived. I want to go back to something he said in the beginning. 60 million%. Now, the financial industry is 500, organized finance, it's 500 years old, right? 500. I've been in about 31, 30, something like that. But in the history of finance, I don't care which division of finance you're talking about, from derivatives to commodities to stock, I don't care which one, real estate, any of them. There has never in the history of finance been a product that has performed at 60 million% in a 13-year period. Digest that. I want that to sink in. 60 million%. Why am I keep saying that? Because for people who want to be passive, I'm talking to you. Because this is the question I get all the time. I got it twice today. That's why I'm going to talk about it right up front. John, what's the value of the ZENIQ coin? I say it's around 20 cents. but I can't make no money at 20 cents. I said, when we talk about this on a passive income producing product, we are not talking about today. I have always said and will always say 12 months from now. And in a minute, I'm gonna show you why I use that number 12 months. I don't care what type of investment, you can go buy a house today and you wanna rent it, right? And you will get your rent after you fix it up, if it needs to be fixed up. If it's not, you just rent it. You won't get it 30 days later, right? Minus your expenses. But in the Washington metropolitan area where I live, in a year, on the average house rent, you're gonna make about, I don't know, 20, 25,000, once expenses are gone. And that ain't nothing to sneeze at, because you're getting it now, right? I'm about to show you a product, that ZENIQ master node, that has no expenses, that has no upkeep, that has no worry. You can do the exact same thing. Not today though, like you can in that house, 24 months from now, 12 months from now. But it has the same potential as that Bitcoin, right? I'm not calling it Bitcoin because it's not. But what I am calling it is, it can have that same potential to do what Bitcoin did, 60 million%. I used to be in real estate development, me and my brother. We ain't never had a house that we refurnished that did anywhere close to that, and neither has anybody else. I'm just saying, digital real estate that I'm about to share with you, in my humble opinion, is way far better. Is that a word? Way far better than physical real estate. Why? Because there's no upkeep, there's no worry, and ours is on a decentralized platform, and you have the potential over time to be in that rarefied air of that 60 million%. How are we going to get there? I don't know. Is the potential there? Most certainly, and I'm going to show you right now. But I just want to point that out. You never want to go into anything, in my opinion, especially in the investment world, and expect to get it today. And I think that's the problem with most people. We always trying to see right now, today. And that's why the 95%ers never, ever create any real wealth. They're too fixated on today. The wealthy, they understand. I put money to work over time. They put money to work over time. And if the 95%ers can ever get that one, then they can begin to create wealth. So tonight, I'm going to give you a reason why you want to look at over time. And if you do that with me, if you go down this road with me, you will see exactly what I'm saying in regards to physical real estate and digital real estate. We're going to talk about a centralized system and a decentralized system. One is controlled by governments and banks, centralized. One is controlled by the people, decentralized. You heard the gentleman say that decentralization was the answer to the 2008 crash, was most devastating one we had in a long time. It was more devastating than 2000, right? They say it's another one coming. I don't know, I'm not an economist. I believe them because the writing is on the wall, right? But decentralization is freedom of finance, it's sovereignty of finance. It's control of finance that we've never had in the world, not just this country, in the world. We've never had the kind of control of your own finances as the decentralization world gives us. So when they say this is the largest transfer of wealth in our lifetime, that's a fact. What does the transfer mean? It goes from one pocket to another. Wealth is never disappear. It may disappear from your pocket, right? But it go into somebody else's pocket. And that's what a wealth transfer is all about. So we are actually living now in what they call the greatest wealth transfer. And it has already started. This industry that we get ready to talk about in more detail, this cryptocurrency, this digital asset world has created more millionaires and billionaires in a 13-year period than any other asset class in history. Let that sink in. That's with all the ups and downs. With the crypto winter that we're in right now, what is a crypto winter? The market is down, been down longer than it has been before, right? Because a lot of other things around that made this one happen the way it has happened, but it's down. But that's when you want to get in. Who buys a stock high and expect it to go higher? Uninformed people do. What do wealthy do? They buy it when the market crashes. Wait for it to do what it do, which is go back up. But why am I saying that? Because that's where we are right now in this decentralized crypto space. The market is down. You should be happy the coin is 20 cents. And if it has a real use case, we're gonna talk about that too, a real utility. That's why I have this up on the screen, a 360 ecosystem. What is an ecosystem? It's an ecosystem is a system whereby a product or service has created its own use case, sheltered from what's going on in the crypto winter. So if you're in business with us, if you own a master node, we are sheltered from the winter that's going on right now in most respect. But we are blessed because of the winter at the same time. Sheltered from it, but blessed because of it. Why am I saying that? Because that coin, that's part of our ecosystem right here, this is the ZENIQ coin, right now it's at that 20 cents, like Bitcoin was at 10. But so when Bitcoin was at 10, there was no ecosystem. There was no use case other than it was a peer-to-peer decentralized answer to the corruption that went on in 2008 and on and on and on behind that, right? It was an answer to that. But you know who got the answer the fastest and who's still getting it the fastest? The same ones who always seem to get it, that top 5%, 1%. See, the market right now is about a $2 trillion to $3 trillion market, depending on who you're talking to, what numbers you're looking at, right? Without the explosion that's coming. But most of that, according to the experts, is comprised of the same people who get most markets started, the wealthy. They didn't need to understand everything. They understood one thing, that it was better than what they had by far. And they wanted to get in early. That's how wealth, that's one of the ways, probably one of the most important ways that wealth is created. Getting in early. So don't keep asking why it's down. Thank the Most High that it's down. So you can watch it ride up, but not just watch it ride up, be in the boat as it goes up, right? Be a player, be in the game, have a few hubs or two. Now, let's break down this 360-degree ecosystem. At the hub, which we have, I just ordered one, as a matter of fact, for myself, ordered one for my daughter when we first got into my son. We have the wallet, right? Our ZENIQ app. See, these are all things that tie together that's going to make this thing do what it do, right? What Jamie Foxx saying and Ray, I'm going to make it do what it do. ZENIQ has decided to make the industry do what it do with its own ecosystem, its own buy and sell mechanism. Wow. Our debit card has already been launched in Europe. They say to be here in the US sometime first part of next year, right? Our staking hints, I have generated, and so many others have generated so much revenue just in the staking hints. What does that mean? Multiple streams of income that we always hear. See, I'm sick of that word because it's being used most times incorrectly, and people try to apply it incorrectly. But we're not going to get into that either. Staking hints, another stream of income in your same house. Does a ZENIQ swap? A swap is a type of exchange that's out there. It's only 2 or 3 real big ones, right? The 2 main players is Uniswap and PancakeSwap, right? One of them, Uniswap, runs on the Ethereum token. PancakeSwap runs on the BNB, the Binance token. And both of them have done extremely well. And they're both decentralized, just like us, right? So we ain't the only one in this field. We ain't the only one to figure this out, right? Actually, Satoshi figured it out back in 2009. But the swap allows other coins and cryptos and traders to trade. But the other two, you gotta wrap your tokens because most blockchains don't speak to each other. So you got to pay another fee to wrap those tokens to get the benefits of swapping on their decentralized swap. This is where ZENIQ comes in and takes over that industry. This is my opinion right here. Because our swap is faster than the rest. Our fees are much lower than the rest. And you don't have to pay the main fee, which is the swap fee, because you don't have to wrap nothing here. Our blockchain talks to all crypto coins, communicates. So there is no, with the biggest fee on those swaps is the swap fee or the wrap fee. We don't have that. So those kind of things are going to bring people who are not indirect inside of our ecosystem into the ecosystem. All them traders out there and people who are using those swaps, both of them are billion-dollar swaps, are going to say, wait a minute, we can use that ZENIQ swap and there is no fees for swapping. We don't have to swap. What? Just that alone is probably a few $1 billion a year. Just that one fee. That's what we're bringing to the table. What does it mean for you? More revenue. That's what it means. Let's go into the coin. The other two in our league, I would say, are not even, don't even have their own blockchain. Uniswap runs on the Ethereum blockchain, thus it has to use the Ethereum coin. PancakeSwap runs on the Binance blockchain, thus it uses the BNB or the Binance coin. It's done great for those coins. It's done great for those exchanges too, but guess what? Some of that money goes out of Uniswap. Some of that money goes out of PancakeSwap. Over here in ZENIQ, got our own blockchain, own smart chain, own swap, own coin, which means everything stays in-house. Oh, so what does that mean if you have a ZENIQ master node? More revenue. See, we have to, the Most High said have vision. We can't always see what we see with our eyes because your eyes can fool you, right? What did Martin Luther King say? You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. The other steps will unveil itself. And then you take the next one. Sometimes we got to see it. You know, you don't need to see everything. By the time you see everything, it's too late. Just like people say, I wish I had bought Bitcoin back then. It was too late. Now it's 20,000 a coin, not 10 cents. 20,000. Got as high as 69,000, almost 70,000 a coin. Too late for that one. But you're right on time for this one. Let's move along. And then, of course, right here, those two I talked about, right? Uniswap, PancakeSwap. And then tokenization. What did he say? I'm going to remind you. The tokenization market, according to all the big experts, World Economic Forum and all those folks, are predicting over the next 5 years, 2027, that just this part of the crypto ecosystem is going to be 24 trillion. Well, you hear our co-founder say he thought that number was a little low, but let's just stick with that number, right? 24 trillion. It took 13 years for the industry to get to 2 to 3 trillion, 13 years. Most of that coming from the wealthy folks. But over the next 5 that you can be a part of, we're going to 24 trillion. And some experts say, and even our founder believes, that number is a little too low because of one part of the industry alone, tokenization. Our whole platform has been and is designed to focus on tokenization. We are now tokenizing everything in Dubai for the royal family. They want to be the first country to have everything tokenized. And they chose ZENIQ to partner with and to do it. But guess what? We just had a big function over there in Mexico back in June called ZenCon, where about 150 or so other companies also said, We want you to tokenize our projects. I don't know where all the projects are. I know where 2 of them are. Well, 2 of them was tokenized, was with us before that though. TUPAN, which we're going to talk about in a minute, and AVINOC. But 150 or so more decided they want us to tokenize their projects. And as you heard in the presentation, everything of value can and will be tokenized. That's where that 24 trillion is coming from over the next 5 years. You, as being a passive member, can be a part of all that. All of that. And you don't have to be 10, 12, 13 years now, because you're going to be here pretty much. That time is coming. Next year, you're going to be here, and the year after that. So stop worrying about time. No, that's an illusion. It's an illusion. But if you believe that, then, you know. So tokenization, that is just one part of this ecosystem. What do I mean? You got coins, you have exchanges, you have blockchains, you have gaming, you have the metaverse, you have banking, you have tokenization. Those are all part of the same industry of crypto. So when I say the 24 trillion, that's just in this one area of the industry. Oh, there's more billions out here, but just one area that we have built our whole system around is huge, 24 trillion, right? And then of course, we're on our own smart chain. And it says smart chain and cross chain, but we already talked about the cross chain. So we own our own. Everything is in-house. There's not another company that I know of that can say that. So that's why the value is so strong here. But now I want to talk a little bit more to our passive folks. So let me come over here and talk about, but before I talk about this particular token, I want to show you something. I want to show you something real quick. Real quick. We're going to dial something up. I'm going to dial something up because it's important. And I do feel you need to see it. Let me see, it's not the right one. Bear with me. I'm new with this. Here we go. There we go. I'm gonna come right here. And I want to talk to you. Here we go, right here. Let me bring this up. So you see it. Make sure you can see it. One of the tokenization projects that I am totally excited about. Sit back and watch this. Okay. And let me just break down what you just saw. Let me stop there. SAFIR, TUPAN, ZENIQ. Let me break down what you just saw. So what you just saw in the very beginning was the rainforest. But the first part of that was all about the destruction of the rainforest. Now, if you don't know much about the rainforest, that is the heart and lungs of this earth. It is where our oxygen comes from, and in the lung part, it cleans up the air. But it's been devastated, overforested, overtore up by greed of these countries. This TUPAN token, as you can see on my screen, is the first SEC approved token, meaning it's approved by the Securities and Exchange Commission here in the good old US of A, to go to Brazil to clean up and reforestate the rainforest. It's a green token, SEC approved. This masternode and this project, in my opinion, is probably another big thing that's on this planet, because without the rainforest, we die. So the first part of that video was about the destruction that's been going on over there. That second part is what it's going to look like and what it looked like before the destruction started. Beautiful, lush forests, beautiful animals and stuff that we ain't never even seen, and all different species, and beautiful water. I mean, just gorgeous, but we needed to live. Mr. Oriani developed this whole green fund around the TUPAN token that we mint and that you can mint. And it's like ZENIQ has its own 360-degree ecosystem, but I don't want to take a whole lot of time going through all that. I'm going to show you that if you have one of these hubs, if you start minting this particular token, just like me, you can create wealth just like so many of us. Let me just show you what I'm talking about here. I got to speed it up a little bit. I don't want to keep you long. So one of these hubs, which I'm gonna go back and show you in a minute, runs right around $1,000, right? That's the in-house minting hub. If you have a standalone, I call it an outhouse hub, it's around $1,200, right? Now to buy some digital, some commercial real estate, you're talking about on average, a couple $100,000 or more. We're talking about 1,000, that's compared to, I told you, if you got a house, you renovate it, you make about 25,000 in rent, on average. We know some can make more, but on average, right? But look at this one master node producing at the time I did this. Now, let me just say this disclaimer. This was not put together by the company. It ain't approved by the company, none of that. This is not meant to be facts. This is just some hypothetical numbers that myself and Rachel, the Rainmaker's daughter, took some of my rough notes and made this wonderful presentation to bring this message home to you in a visual standpoint. Just my thoughts on what I feel it will do based on what those other two players I talked about, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, both of those tokens without this kind of an ecosystem, both of those exchanges that I say, using the Ethereum token, one using the Binance token, without an ecosystem, in their first year did between $5 and $8. I'm showing $1 here, meaning that at the time I did this, the TUPAN masternode was producing 101 tokens a day. At $1, that's 101 bucks a day, or $3,030 a month. Right about what that house that you're going to spend about $250,000 to rent out. But you got the house money first. You got this one a year later. I got that part. But let's keep it going. This one here cost you $1,000, that one there, $250 or better if you want a nice house in a decent neighborhood. Now let's look at this. What if we were in the same area a year from now that Uniswap and PancakeSwap did their first year? $8 a token. The same 101 tokens a day, now you're at $808 a day. That house, you're still at about $25,000 to $3,000 a month. Now we're catching up on you. $24,000 a month. Not a year, a month. digital real estate versus traditional real estate. Yeah, you're gonna come out the box faster, for sure. I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about the longevity. This is not a sprint, it's a marathon. I caught you in 12 months, and now I have passed you. And I don't have to worry about no management company, no upkeep, no taxes, none of that. No worries, no phone calls when I don't want one about something broke, which is an expense. We have none. And now I'm generating $24,240 a month. What about that second year? What if in the second year, we hit 25 a token? That's 2,500 a day. You still stuck at 2,500 a month. We just pop on number, we just hypothetical. That's 75,750. I paid about 1,000 to 1,200. You paid 250. Big difference. Big difference. This is just a glimpse at what you can do in the new world in this wealth transfer. If you get out of your way, if you get rid of that clutter in between, stop listening to Uncle Joe and folks who ain't quite got all the information. See, they're saying what they're saying because they don't have all the information. It's my job to give you the information, the right, correct information. This income versus that income. This income is the next 20 years you can be doing this. Which means you're gonna be here for a while, right? Which also means that 13 years is inside of that 20 years that hub is gonna be minting for you. So what about in 13 years if we are doing the same thing Bitcoin did its first 13 years? And now each one of those tokens is doing 20,000 a token, which is what Bitcoin is now, or 69,000 where it was last year per token. Now you won't be doing 101 a day by that time, but you'll probably be doing 50 a day, 25 a day, I don't quite know. But do the math on 25 TUPAN a day at either one of those numbers. I'm talking about 13 years from now, right? Do we have that same potential as Bitcoin? I totally believe so. Just by all the math I've done. Let me tell you, let me just say this real quick, and then we're gonna go to another token real quick. Uniswap for the Ethereum token in 4 years went to about 4,000 a token in 4 years because of that swap. Pancake swap with the Binance token in 5 years went to 690 a token. So I'm well within my right to make these predictions here. I like to under-promise and over-deliver, should I say. I like to under-promise. I think my numbers is way low, but y'all can't, you're having a hard time digesting these numbers, I'm pretty sure. You're like, John, 75,000 a month, is that potential right? Yes, it is. It's more than right. I could call up a couple of other tokens that have done that. And they don't have nowhere near what we have. And I said earlier, the most important part of what we have is decentralization. Let's look at one more. I'm gonna do one more, then I'm gonna move on. Look at that. Look, what if 50 a token in 2 years, 3 years? Time gonna go by anyway. That's 5,050 a day, or 150,000 a month. We have now blown. Well, first of all, we blew the house purchase out of the water on the last slide. But most certainly in 2-3 years, you're probably kicking yourself saying, why didn't I buy as many hubs as John had? Why didn't I? I'm telling you to do it. But just like somebody might have told you to buy Bitcoin, maybe not in 2011, maybe somebody told you about it in 2013 or 2014, and you said, nah, you know, whatever. This wealth transfer is real. We are moving from an old monetary system to a new one, from the paper world to the digital world. What you gonna do? Now I want to look at another one of our star tokens. Tokenization, that's what we're talking about, right? Tokenization. That's exactly what we're talking about. Let me make sure you can see the screen. This is one called AVINOC. And I'll break this one down in a second, but I'm going to show you a quick 1-minute video on this whole project.
Welcome to AVINOC, the think tank for the future of aviation industry. Our vision? A digital revolution in aviation, powered by blockchain technology and asset tokenization. You know airports, but only as a passenger? Think bigger. The air transport industry alone generates more GDP than the automobile and pharmaceutical industries combined. And it's still growing. Forecasts say that it will almost double, and by 2038, contribute around $6.3 trillion to the global economy. You've already booked a flight online? Think bigger. Digitalization is going to a new level. Blockchain technology, with a market cap of currently $2 trillion and figures predicted to quadruple by 2025. Just a vision? Think bigger. AVINOC has already brought the first projects to life. Meet the AVINOC token, your digital asset in the entire aviation business, and your access to fuel services, drone transport, call centers, or VOO, the world's first digital B2B marketplace for private jet travel created by AVINOC. This is only the beginning. Think bigger. Think further. Think AVINOC.
I love that. Think bigger. Think further. Think AVINOC. NFT, another NFT that used to be on the Ethereum blockchain that saw what we had, right? Before we finished launching everything, they saw what we had, met with our owners and said, we want to move from the Ethereum blockchain, a well-established, 7 or so year old blockchain, and come over to this new one. Don't have a 7-year track record, but we have the technology. We can run at 50,000 transactions per second. We already built for tokenization and speed. Did you hear me? We built for tokenization and speed. And they said, we want to park our stuff here. How can we make this partnership work? We said, come on and have a seat. And now they're with us, just like TUPAN. These companies could have chose any of these well-established blockchains. The industry's 13 years old. We've been here about 3. But they chose us. I'm advising you, although I'm not acting as your advisor, but I'm encouraging you. That's a better word. I'm encouraging you to join our team for this reason alone. Let me just go here to my back office real quick. I'm not going to be long with you tonight, but I got to show you some things. I'm just compelled to do this. I'm compelled to try to wake you up. Boom. I'm going to show you something. So with AVINOC, we can't buy a master node, which I could. I bought 100 of them too. Not quite 100. I'm at about 63 total master nodes. That's between TUPAN and ZENIQ. No, you're having some connection issues. Let me just show something here. Right here, right here, right here, right here, right. That is a new program that AVINOC and SAFIR ZENIQ launched about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, where we can participate in a program called the NFT Savings Plan, right? When I saw it, I quickly took the max. What it means is every commission that I earn, 30%, every dollar, 30 cents goes into purchasing AVINOC tokens. Why did I do that? Because I can count and I know the future, right? They match everything I do. And we got a little bonus in there that I ain't really figured out because I'm getting a little more than the match, right? I don't need to know everything. But look at that, 43,000 tokens in a matter of a couple weeks. I'm sorry, a couple months. Can you imagine? And this is the kicker. Our new app launches any day now. Well, the old app is already there. So if you went to the Apple store or the Google store, you can get the ZENIQ app and download it, right? Don't do that, but you can. I'm gonna tell you why you don't want to do that. Not that way anyway. But when the new app comes out, I'm gonna call it ZENIQ app 2.0. When that new one comes out, it'll be on our swap and exchange. It'll be decentralized. Right now, we run it on the Ethereum blockchain. Now it's going to be on the ZENIQ system, right? Part of that 360 ecosystem. And I'll be able to take them tokens, them NFTs, stake them, or I can add them to our liquidity pool. Both of those are two other streams of income within the same decentralized world. See, for me, for the rest of my career and life, I ain't doing nothing that is not 100%, not 25%, not 50%, not 75%. I've been burnt in all of those. 100% decentralized. I advise you to take that advice. You want to be from this point forward. Don't tell the Most High you didn't hear it if you don't take my advice. You want to be positioning yourself to be 100% decentralized. Just like we have 3 sovereign pieces of property in the world, you want to be a sovereign citizen of your finance. That's the only way you're going to maximize its growth, which is our job. Also, it's the only way you're going to ever have full control. I looked at some numbers that I was going to share last night in my training, but I forgot to share, that the Bureau of Statistics, Census Bureau, I'm sorry, stated that the average retirement income of a 65-year-old is right around $43,000 a year. But what shocked me though, is when they got 70, it went down to 30-some thousand a year. Went down. Well, let's keep that to 43. Who can live in this society now on $43,000 a year? How you gonna do that? Now that's the average, right? But most retirees coming out now don't even have retirement accounts. So they won't be in that average. They'll be looking at Social Security, which is maybe 15 to 20 or so, depending on how many years you worked and how much you put in, and maybe a part-time job, which means you add them two together, it's gonna be under 40. Do you see the problem we have out here? Where the way I did some rough math, I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing, right? So this time next year, I'm gonna have at least $1 million worth, 7 figures worth of AVINOC. Why are you gonna do that, John? I'm gonna continue to build. That's how I'm gonna do it. They ain't gonna just drop it in here, right? They drop it in here because of what I'm doing. Just like they'll drop it in your account for what you are doing. Conversely, they won't drop it if you ain't doing nothing. That's another stream of income. I can drop some over in the liquidity pool. We'll talk about that another time in a training or something, but that's another stream of income. Let me tell you what the liquidity pool is: adding coins to our swap so that they have more liquidity and we get paid interest on that. That's what a liquidity pool is, real quick. So you got that source of income, you got staking, you got matching, you got TUPAN if you're real smart, you got ZENIQ if you're smart, right? Yeah. This is the epitome of multiple streams of income. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna go over here real quick and I'm gonna talk now. So what I just shared has been for those who just want to be passive. I'm gonna show real quick to people like me who want to build an income. I'm gonna skip all the other stuff and I'm gonna go right to it. Give me 5 minutes, folks. And we're gonna talk about recommendation marketing, right? So let me click this and here we go. Recommendation marketing. You can call it direct sales, you can call it multi-level, but it's different from both of them. But we're in the same category. SAFIR is ZENIQ. And our office, the new SAFIR office that we're gonna look at when we go to Dubai in December, will be on the 147th floor of the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest building in the world that was built over there in Dubai. I had a chance to stay in a hotel that's in that building and go to the top of the building, or the top as far as they let you go. But our office would be on the 147th 147th floor. We ain't gonna just have an office on the 147th floor. We got the whole 147th floor. But we won't talk about that right now. So just know that.
John, are you sharing a different screen?
Uh-oh, thank you, brother. Nope, I'm sharing the same screen, but I didn't hit this button right here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There we go, let me go back. Boom, boom, boom. So that's the book leaf for there, folks. We're gonna be way up there in the stars. And we'll be there sometime in December, but when we get there for our little function, the first week of December, we'll be able to go up there and see our new office. And this is kind of what it's gonna look like. It's gonna be the most futuristic office ever in the world. Everything they're doing is futuristic. But now, this gives you a little glimpse of how it may be looking, right? That's like the foyer, I mean, not the foyer. That's like the waiting room when you come in. That's like a little lounge area. They're gonna have like a Starbucks thing up there and see the windows. You can look out there and see it because the office will be in the clouds. When we were there on our tour, you could see, we were so high, you could see the clouds. Like, whoa, but you felt no movement, I mean, it was awesome. That's all I can say. One of the conference rooms, look at that view. You can see the Mediterranean Sea and everything. I mean, just beautiful, right? We'll be able to take our clients there. If you got clients in Dubai and you in town, hey, you remember, you can come up there and use any other conference room. I mean, just beautiful. But let's get to the main thing. Let's look at the money. So if you're building like me, like so many others on this call, our comp plan is based on a unilevel model. What a unilevel is basically, you can have as many people on your first level as you so choose. You can go 100 wide, right? And you'll be paid 15 levels deep. You're starting out at 10%. The thing that really impressed me about this company and the comp plan is when I heard this, that if you got a financial problem, not scared to use your finance, that's different, but a financial problem and you don't have the money to get a master node, quarter node, piece of node, you can join here for free and get paid on your first level. Let me move this out the way so I can see. 10% on a product you don't have. In my whole 34 years of being in direct sales, multi-level marketing, whatever you want to call it, there has never been a company that I could have joined and I could have joined for free, but I couldn't have got paid if I sold a product if I didn't already have the product. But this company, because they want to change the world, they even giving the man who don't have nothing but some want to. See, some people get free and do nothing, but there are people who literally just down in luck, just got laid off, just don't have it, but do have the want to. They can get in here for free, sell master nodes, earn 10%, and earn their way. This is a man I met in Dubai, live in French Polynesia. On tour's team, our upline, white diamond, a gold diamond, and joined for free and did 7 figures his first year. That's a man who joined for free but had want to. I'm not gonna quit type of attitude. Nothing gonna stop me, attitude. Free, and did 7 figures his first year. I don't know anybody like that. I don't. And down that 15th level, 0.5% on everything that you do. Awesome. And we always get stuck when we're on this Zoom and we don't hit. Let's see. Here we go. Go back. Right? Okay. These are our levels of achievement. We start at Ruby. We max the comp plan out at double gold diamond, which is what's on my refrigerator right there. That's what I see. That's what I want, right? 50 million. But from here to here, this is the one I first said I was going to do. When I first saw the comp plan, because I saw 5 million. I've been used to doing 5 million a year in business, right? So that I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that. Then one night I saw the whole thing for some reason. It was always being shown, but I didn't see it. My eyes was focused on that 5 million. But from here to here, which is what I did with the last company I was with, the bonuses were like about 40 to 60,000, something like that. I could be off a little bit. But with this comp plan, just the bonuses alone, adding all these bonuses up that you see down the bottom here to here, is over 597,000 euros, which is more in dollars. Did you hear me? The 5 million I did with my previous company gave me about 40 to 60 in bonuses. You can do the same 5 million here and get 597,000 euros. I point that out and I'm highlighting that because this is the richest comp plan I've seen to date. I ain't saying somebody will come out with one next year or something. I ain't saying that. But in all of my years, I ain't seen nobody yet come anywhere near this. And I was happy to get what I got in the other one because it put me in the 7-figure category, right? A multi-7-figure category. Didn't get it all, but it put me there. But this one here, out of this world, out of this world. And we got some stock bonuses, but because of time, we're not gonna break all that down. These stock bonuses are phenomenal. They just, listen, they just spiced up the stock bonus program. So for instance, now, if you're a double ruby, for instance, a double sapphire, and let's say the bonus was 350. Now, because of the 4%, 8% they just added to the pot to make it sweeter, you can get as much as 3,000 to 7,000 on that bonus. And it's paid 6 months in a row. And if you hit the next one, it's paid for another 6 months, so it can actually never stop. And that number I said earlier about the 570, it wasn't calculating these bonuses here, which is the performance bonus. This is in addition to that. So you literally can do 7 figures just right here with all these other bonuses because they paid 6 months consecutively. Ooh. I looked at my account this morning because I'm a worker. Our team is working. And I'm at 7.68% of that, hitting that whole 8% in performance, extra performance. So I'm gonna get that next month. But I'm doing what I need to do to make sure I get that. Because when I saw it, I told Tua, I'm gonna get that. I like saying what I'm gonna do because internally it makes me work harder because I don't like to be wrong, right? I don't want nobody to say, oh, you said you didn't do it, right? I don't mind being a little late on doing it because you can't tell about the variables, right? But I'm gonna be in the neighborhood. And that's how you gotta think too. Most times I said, I give you everything. And this is that bonus there. We're not gonna go into it. I just talked about it. That's really the end of my presentation, folks. What I want to say to you is that this company has put together a way that you can own master nodes, right? Let me just show one more thing. You still here, that means you still love me. Let me show one more thing, because I think this is important. I'm gonna go back to these master nodes, because this is the product. This is the main product, and you need to see this. Here we go. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me here. So you can get a ZENIQ master node for right around 1998 euros in-house. So the tablet was one I told you I just ordered. This one here. But when I started, I bought nothing but in-house hubs because I wanted to build my own farm, right? Right now I own about 63 in-house hubs. When I first launched, I told my team I wanted 100. Now I've changed that. I want as many as I can get. That's just, think about it. A system that no matter where you are in the world is minting coins for you 24 hours a day for the next 20 years. That means you have the same potential to go to 60 million% as Bitcoin miners had 13 years ago. I don't believe because of the time that we're in, it's going to take 13 years, but it might, whether it does or whether it doesn't. I just showed you how it's going to look when it gets to 50, 75. I didn't show you 75 and 100, but just the 25 and the 50 is enough to blow you away. So you can just imagine, do the math at those higher numbers because they're going to happen for sure. The man said the industry is going to be a 24 trillion. Do the math, do the math. We had 2 trillion now. At 24 trillion, everything gonna be 60 million%. Everything that has value. Let me correct myself. everything that has a real use case, a real utility, a real ecosystem. I don't know of any other companies that have it the way we have it. Matter of fact, there ain't none. There's some that have bits and pieces. I will say that. But my research, there's none that have what we have right now today. That's outstanding. And then we have the TUPAN add-on, meaning you have to have a ZENIQ to get the TUPAN at this price, $998. So I have right now just about 30 some of these and 30 some of these. They want more. You can also get them in 100 euros for 1/32 of a master node. And think about this. This is not a terahertz. This ain't no node. This is 132 of a master node, which is at a higher level than a node and a terahertz. So keep that in mind. For $100. So we got free, we got 100, we got 135, it's a 116, we got 220, which is a 1/8, we got 400, which is a quarter master node, and we got 700, which is a half a master node. And just to break this number down right there, if it's producing 100 a day for a whole master node, that means a half a master node is producing 50 tokens a day. A quarter is doing 25, so on and so forth. That means that the factor will change after the first year. Oh, back too far. This thing is stuck. What I wanted to show you is context that we have going on right now. All the incentives. Back too far. Let's go there. Let's go here. Let's go here. Right here. It comes up. So incentive. So right now, and I just took advantage of I bought 8 more TUPAN, and as you can see, I got me 1 ZENIQ master node free. That's $1,400. So that's the incentive we got. I got 1 free one for buying 8 more. I'm contemplating getting 8 more, but I got some other projects I'm working on, some marketing stuff. So I'm perplexed here, but I'm gonna figure it out over the next day or so, because I don't know how long this is gonna last, but it's gonna last for a minute, right? If you get 4, you get a half of ZENIQ. If you get 2, you get a quarter. If you get 1, you get 1/8. If you get a half of TUPAN, you get 1/16 ZENIQ. And if you get a quarter TUPAN, you get a 1/3 ZENIQ. So they are. I didn't have none of these incentives when I started. I bought it without the incentive because I can see the future. But with the incentives, it makes it even better. That's why I jumped on 8 more, and that's why I'm gonna probably jump on 8 more. See, you have one time in life to get it right, right? Not one time to fix a mistake, one time pretty much to get it right, especially when you're in the twilight, right? 61 years young. I'm just getting started, right? But at the same time, I don't know. So I got to make every day count. I always have, but I'm putting it on to a whole nother level right now. Every day gonna count in terms of the decisions I make. That's why you heard me say 100% decentralization. I would never do anything outside of decentralized. I've been in the centralized world, lost money every time, right? I want to have 100% control the rest of my career, and I'm gonna have it. It's just that simple, right? So that's all, folks. If you are a guest and you have a question, please unmute yourself and let me go ahead and get that thing answered for you, or one of our teammates will get it answered for you. We got a lot of people here with a lot of knowledge. So feel free to unmute yourself one at a time and ask any questions. I know I've been here for a minute, but I wanted to cover, because this is a lot. It really is. And I tried to be as quick as I could. I could have went into more details, some other areas that I think I probably should have, but I didn't. But I pray that the stuff that I did go into detail with, that you got the same picture I have in my head. Do you have any questions, folks? Unmute yourself.
Hey, John, this is Daryl Williams, Ken's brother.
Hey, how you doing, Ben?
I'm doing well, hanging in there. I just wanted to let you know I did join. You know, I got the SAFIR thing going on, but I haven't got a hub yet. And I'm not really the type of person that like to talk to people to, you know, to build up the 10% so I can get what I need to get, you know, as far as the hubs go and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just trying to scrape about. I'm one of them people that was, you know, fired from my job for not getting vaccinated. So what I'm gonna do is I'm trying to scrape up my little $400 to get the little, you know, the node that does 25 coins a day, just to be doing something. So, you know, and I'm gonna work my way up from there. But I just wanted to let you know that and see what kind of advice you have to give me as well. But you know, that's my question. That's my statement.
My advice, man, is I love your passion, number one. But I'm gonna tell you, just like the brother over there in the French Polynesia in the middle of the South Pacific on an island with about, I think Tua said 300,000 people. We live in a country where there's 30+ million people. And we didn't even make the map in terms of the top sales. Listen, I have never been in a company where we had a major convention and they show the top 10 countries in sales in the US not even on the map. I've never seen that before. So my point to you is this, brother. Don't let the fact that you don't have stop you from talking. Talk to everybody, because you do have. What you have is the knowledge that can set them free. You may not have a whole hub or half a hub or a quarter hub, but you have the knowledge to set them free. And they don't even, some people don't even know they need to be set free. So that's what you have.
Well,
talk to everybody.
And actually, I was talking to my other brother that's in Ohio about this, but he won't even look at the meeting. I just told him, just look at it, man. How you gonna know if you don't even take a chance to listen? He think everything is a scam or whatever the case might be. And I told him, you know, rich people take chances, man. That's why they rich. You know, you got to take a chance. You know, and he didn't even want to do that. But I'm like, come on, man. You know, I don't know what to do if you don't want to listen. But I am kind of into talking to people about it. You know, my family members and anyway. But you know, hopefully they'll take heed. And one more thing I wanted to. Right, go ahead.
No, I said, and if they don't, just keep talking. And the key is knowing what to say and having, you know, the right verbiage to answer those negative statements that they may make. So when you can, join some of our training so that you can really get, you know, more wisdom and knowledge, because sometimes people don't join us because we ain't saying the right thing or asking the right questions. That's all.
But you know what's ironic is that he want to ask me all these questions about this thing right here, but he don't want to even listen to the meeting. So, you know, that's kind of crazy, you know?
Well, you know, as they say about Jesus, right? That guy they call Jesus, they didn't listen to him and his homies. He left town though. He left town and got 12 in a whole nother city. So sometimes we got to leave family and friends, because sometimes they won't listen, man. Even if you have all the knowledge, they just won't listen. So, but keep talking, brother.
All right, one more thing and I'm gonna leave you alone. Is this meeting, will I be able to get a copy of this meeting, a recording?
That's correct.
Or no?
Yes, you will.
So,
yeah, if I don't have your email, get with your brother whoever invited you here tonight, or you can send me an email and I can add you to our list, because I send out the recording the next day, which would be tomorrow. If you want to send it to me, my email address is CMO4YOU@gmail.
Okay, I'm not in a position to write it down right now because I'm driving, but I will.
Whoever invited you here, whoever invited you should have it and send us your email or ask them for it, because they're probably already on my email list, and I'll send it out tomorrow.
And I appreciate you, man, because all this sounds great, man. And I'm trying to be in the beginning. You know, I want to be on the ground floor.
My kind of brother. My kind of brother.
Yeah.
Look, I'm on the ground floor, waiting for the elevator to go up. That's how it happens.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, I don't want to take up all your time because I know other people got questions, but I'll talk to you later. Thank you, man.
My pleasure. All right, folks, do we have any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. Feel free. Do you take credit cards? Somebody said. I don't take credit cards, ma'am, because I don't do the selling. The selling is done. I mean, we do the selling, but I don't collect the funds. And so we are a cryptocurrency decentralized company. So everything that we do here is in crypto. So you can use your credit card at one of the exchanges to buy the crypto and then send the crypto in. So whoever invited you here, ma'am, get with them and they can help you through that process. I'm gonna put my email address in here, and you can give me a call and I can walk you through it. But do a three-way. When you call me with whoever invited you so that we can walk you through this process. Do we have any other questions?
Okay, John, nobody's raised. I got my hand raised, so nobody's trying to ask you a question. I'm gonna go ahead and speak now.
Go right here. Go right here, bro.
So
Not a
this is
whole lot.
blockchain K time, man. That was my brother that just spoke, Daryl Williams.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, that's my brother. He got in, and congratulations for getting in, Daryl. I'm glad you saw the light, because I told you, if you listen to John, if you don't get in when you listen to John, then you're not listening. Period. That's what I
Hey
told
man,
him.
I
So,
passed up a football game just to listen to him because that's how important I felt this was.
that's right.
Awesome.
It is important. So John, I got a
Awesome.
question, because I told
Yeah.
some people that this TUPAN incentive was going to die down by the 15th, because that's what I was told. So,
Mhm.
and it looks like you still have it going on. So do you have an actual date that this thing is, that you will not be able to get that incentive?
No, they didn't give us a date. So yeah, so we reported what they told us, that it was going to be over on the 15th when they launched all the new stuff. Well, they haven't quite launched all the new stuff, so they have extended it. How long it's going to be, I don't know. So that's why you heard me say I'm looking at getting me 8 more while that incentive is on the table. I'm gonna get some more anyway. But when you can get something free while you're getting, I will get it while the getting's good. So no, they haven't given a date. I don't know if Miss Gail is here. Has she heard anything or not? But I haven't heard a date. They just said they have extended it.
Okay, great. Then I'm gonna still tell people to come on in, and they're gonna get that incentive if they come on in. I'm gonna tell them that.
There
So
you go.
thanks a lot,
That's what
John. I appreciate you
yes,
guys.
yes. That's what I'm doing. I'm telling you. Senator still here. Come on, come on. Do we have
Good evening,
any?
John.
Yes, go ahead, brother.
This is Joe Sanders.
Hey, Joe.
Phenomenal presentation. I appreciate your attention to detail with a lot of these different subjects with the coins and the AVINOC and the ZENIQ and the hubs. So it gives us a good simplistic understanding of what's going on with the hubs and why we need a full hub and why it should be connected to with an add-on. So I thank you for taking the time to break this down in a simplistic format, so the novices that come in to see this for the first time can get a good breakdown. So thank you for taking your time with this and for doing these presentations. We appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man. That warms my heart, and it makes me feel great that even when I'm running late for taking my son and doing what I do with him, you all are still here, and I can still come in and help make a difference, man. It makes it all worthwhile.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you sowing those seeds, man. So it's paying off. It's going to keep paying off for you too, and for us.
Amen. 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 All right, folks. Do we have any other questions or statements or anything? I mean, we have something great, folks. Something great.
Hey, John.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, this is Dale Dix. How are you doing?
Oh, hey, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Great presentation. I may have missed it. I apologize if I'm asking a question that's been answered already, but I wanted a little clarification on the double incentive. I didn't quite get it. What does that mean?
Okay, so the incentive now is wrapped around one of our, I call it one of our star master nodes, which is the TUPAN token in the whole TUPAN project. And so what they're saying is, if you get, let's say 8 TUPAN, you get 1 ZENIQ.
Okay, I heard that explanation. I didn't know the beginning. I didn't hear the beginning, so
yeah. So
I'm
the
clear
beginning is just great. Okay, that TUPAN master node rides on the ZENIQ, which is, I call it the master of the master nodes. And because this project just launched 30 days ago, September the 1st, if I'm not mistaken, we just started making them in September. They decided to do a incentive to close out the year with a bang and lead us into our next big function there in Dubai in the first week of December. So it's pretty. Mr. Oliani, who was at our last function back in August, he talked about the project and what they're doing over there in the rainforest, but he never mentioned that they were going to do an incentive. But I'm glad they have, and so it's pretty awesome, man. I think they did mention it, that it was going to start. Yes, they did mention it, and they said it was going to end. It was going to start the day that we left, and it was going to end on the 15th. So yes, he did mention it, but they now have extended it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. All right, folks. Anybody else with any questions or any statements? If not, we're going to call it a night. It's been a
Great
great day.
job, John. That was a tremendous presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. That is the one and only Rainmaker. How you doing?
Outstanding, outstanding.
So you're back now
in the
and
saddle.
recuperate. That's
Back
what I was
in
just
the
going to say.
saddle, hit the ground running and trying to make a path to Dubai.
Amen. Amen. Well, we got you covered, so it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice.
Excellent.
One
Excellent.
and only
Thank you.
Rainmaker. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Folks, we have
Hey,
a
Rainmaker. Tremendous meeting.
thank you.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As I was going to say, we have a tremendous team of members and leaders and a tremendous product, a tremendous opportunity, tremendous incentives. Folks, if you ever wanted to have additional income or freedom from a job or wealth or generational wealth, I ain't seen nothing that has the, you know, how they say in football, you got the total package, right? This company has the total package, and the icing on the cake is decentralization. There's a lot of projects out here in the crypto space, a lot of them. Ain't not many or none that have the ecosystem or the 360 system that we have, and to have everything within that 360 be decentralized. If you don't learn nothing else, understand the difference between a centralized system and the new decentralized system that we've never had in finance. We've never had it. We got it now, and the world needs to know it. If you ever wanted to be at the top of a comp plan, if you ever wanted to be a first of anything, right? You could be the first diamond here in the US, the first double diamond, gold diamond, whatever, the first whatever, right? Because there is no real penetration here in the US. So I'm sucking all that up. I'm loving it, right? I'll be in Florida this Saturday. I'm just talking to my few members in Texas. So we're going to be looking at doing Texas, I think on the 17th. I'm doing here in the Washington metropolitan area on, I think the 10th or whatever day I just put together today. So if y'all don't see it, watch me and the ones of us who do see it, right? I'm trying to help you see it. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to write a check to yourself and be able to get it in record speed. Do we have any other statements?
You made me see it today, man, and that's why I want a recording of this meeting right here, is because you're gonna be my voice for me, man. I'm gonna end up bringing in a lot of people based on your presentation. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Like I told you, Daryl, if you listen to John and don't see it, then you not listening. Period.
Come on, brother.
heard
Thank
you,
you,
man.
man. I appreciate all that love. I really do. I
Hey,
really
John.
do.
Thank
Yes.
you. I have a couple of guests on the line listening tonight. I want to thank my guests. They know my voice. So I tell them, make a decision.
Thanks, Ken. I tell you, man, this is another brother who's out there doing it, hit the ground running, just hit double Ruby and knocking on the door of SAFIR. I mean, we have so many people that since, man, have hit these different ranks, just hitting them. And any and everybody can do the exact same thing. Because like I said last night in our diamond training, the only limit you really have is the limit you put on yourself. The Most High said, ask. Most people won't even do that. Won't ask for what they want. Tell them whatever the Lord give me. He didn't say that. He didn't say he's gonna make the decision for you. He said, ask, and I'll give you the desires of your heart. He didn't say the desires of his heart. See, we got it all messed up. And that's why the body, I'm talking about the body of Christ, is some of the brokest folks on the planet, because they ain't getting the right teaching. They don't understand the scripture. They ain't rightly dividing the word, right? If you believe in that. So let's start asking. Let's start claiming. Let's start grabbing what he said was ours, right? What happened to the Israelites because they wouldn't grab the promised land? They running around in the wilderness, what, 40 years? If you believe that story. But that next generation went on in there and seized what they should have did 40 years earlier, their forefathers. Don't be one of them. Yeah, there may be some giants out there, but he already said that you are more than a conqueror, which means you can whoop their ass. Take the damn thing, right? I'm not cursing that. There's a company called Do the Damn Thing. So he wants us to do the damn thing. Seize the United States. If a little small country in Africa can be #1, which is the lowest in sales, and another country in Africa could be #1, which is number 10, which is, I think it was Ghana, I think. And then India was #2 in sales, who has, between them two, have pretty much the lowest GDP in the world. But they leading in sales, both of them. And we didn't even make the top 10. I ain't never seen that before. So that's just opportunities. That's what I saw. So I looked over at Tua. I said, Tua, they have woken up a sleeping giant. That's what, the Japanese what's his name? The Japanese Prime Minister, whatever he was, said to his generals. He said, I think after they bombed Pearl Harbor, he said, I think we woke up a sleeping giant. And that's how I look at this opportunity here. When I heard that, I told Tua, I said, I think. No, I didn't say I think. I said, they have woken up a sleeping giant. I'm going home and blow the horn, because we have an opportunity to take a whole country to the top. People here, we got 9 million unemployed, but we have the highest GDP of all 10 of them countries that's ahead of us. We got more capital income in this country than all of them probably combined. But we didn't make the grade because nobody knows, or either nobody believes. Whichever one, we're going to fix that. Do we have any more questions, any more statements from anybody? Miss Gail, are you here?
I got one more statement real quick.
You're still screen sharing, John. And not sure if you know, you're still screen sharing.
Oh, yeah. I just had the TUPAN center. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I just got one more statement, John. I just want to say, let you know what I found, what the Rainmaker told me. She said, the way she put it, I love the way she put it. She was like, you can see me now, but you're going to see me later. That's all I got to say.
You can see me now, or you're going to see me later. And that's awesome. See us now. See her now. All right, folks, it's almost 10 and we've been here for a minute. I don't have anything else to say. I probably could, but I don't want to keep y'all long. If you all don't have any more statements, you can unmute yourselves. And wait a minute, I got 4 things here in the chat. Let me see. I believe, all right. Teach a brother, that's right. Each one teach one, that's right. And you're still sharing the screen. I'm still sharing. So folks, I'm excited. Get excited. We have Tua tomorrow night at 8. We have the Rainmaker and myself on Wednesday at 8. We're going to increase our training. We started one yesterday. That was only for those who want to be diamond. But I'm also getting ready to do a training on the back office and enrolling, so we can have that on the recording. With that being said, I'm going to say good night to everyone. I love you guys. This is going to be an exciting ride, folks. Let's I'm going to stop this screen share. And I'm also going to stop the recording. Y'all unmute yourselves and say good night.